There's an old saying that goes, you can't fight City Hall. That chestnut basically implies that it's almost impossible to go up against a faceless bureaucratic process when taking on government. But what if your fight against City Hall entails an elected representative with a not-so-hidden agenda, someone that is going to use and potentially abuse their power to prevent citizens from getting their way? Well, just wait till you hear this story about a Richmond Hill councillor who was employing everything from falsehoods to intimidation tactics to shut down musical acts. Richmond Hill resident Steffi Goodfield is a big music aficionado, and she's taken it upon herself to bolster what was once a non-existent music culture in Canada's largest town. She set up an organization called York Region Open Mic, which books musicians and bands at local pubs. Anyone in the audience who wants to take part as a band member for a song or two is welcome to do so. And this labor of love on her part has proven enormously successful. But not everyone is happy in Richmond Hill. Councillor Karen Sullivitz has sent Goodfield emails and voicemails demanding any reference to Ward 5 be removed from the posters and Facebook information. Ward 5 is not only the location of the open mic event, it is also one of the names of the band's Ward 5 Jam. Now, according to one email sent by Sullivitz, Goodfield and one of the Ward 5 Jam musicians, Matt Bergman, did, quote, not have Sullivitz's authority as the Ward 5 councillor, nor the authority of the town of Richmond Hill, to use that identification in any of their promotional and or informational material / e-material, end quote. Councillor Sullivitz also left a threatening voicemail for Goodfield and Bergman. Check it out.
Hi, Steffi. This is Karen. I've left you a text message, and I've left a message for Matt Bergman as well to call me back. I've just been informed that he's going to be naming your Sunday night music event at Archibald's the Ward 5 Music Jam or Music Fest, whatever it is he's going to be calling it. Please be advised that nobody but Richmond Hill councillors use the term ward in any event unless you are a councillor. If Matt Bergman and you, because you are York Region Open Mic and this is under your name, if you in any way name your event which does not have my sponsorship or my authority as the Ward 5 Music Jam at Archibald's on Sunday night, I will take legal action against both of you and your company. This is not a joke. I'm away for the weekend in Collingwood with Derek. I don't need this kind of aggravation. I don't need it from the likes of Matt Groupie, and I certainly don't need it from the likes of you. I don't know what it is that I've ever done to you or I've ever done to Matt Groupie. So you can let him listen to this if he doesn't have the balls to call me back. But be advised, Steffi, that if you in any way, or if Matt Bergman in any way calls your Sunday night jam at Archibald's the Ward 5 event, there is going to be serious problems that you are both going to have to deal with legally. Nobody does this. It is just not done. Only councillors who are elected to wards use that terminology. I would appreciate it if you call me back or you send me a text and you assure me that this has been taken care of by you as this is your event. Thank you. Bye-bye.
While Councillor Sullivitz seems to claim that Ward 5 is a registered trademark for the town, the truth is that it is not proprietary language. It is generic. The town itself says so. Ward 5 is akin to the airport designator code for Toronto, YYZ, or the area code for Toronto, 416. Goodfield and Bergman have filed a complaint with the city's integrity commissioner, but they are still baffled why a city councillor would want to shut down the event.
I mean, I can only assume. I don't know why else that would have been such a big deal. First of all, to have more music in the community, I don't know why that's a bad thing. And to use the word Ward 5, it's in Ward 5. So it was baffling why it was such a big deal. And I was a sponsor. I didn't start the open mic. And even if I had, I was just being bombarded by, you must stop using this language and you better take it down now and immediately and call me back. And I didn't respond. Like, it just seemed to make no sense.
And musician Matt Bergman, well, he's also baffled by the threats on what is supposed to be a fun community event.
I mean, what we do is good, clean fun, and we invite the community out, and we've helped a lot of people get better at playing music, and people make friends, they start bands. Like, it's a community event, and we're trying to promote, friendship and positivity and all that kind of stuff. And this is, an unfortunate thing that has happened to kind of try and taint our positive environment that we create. So, it's unfortunate. I never thought I'd have to deal with this, but here we are. So
It should be noted Goodfield has been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and despite being aware of this, Councillor Selovitz has not backed down.
Well, I mean, who knows when things happen. It was around the time that I did have some new tumors and ended up with radiation. I'm not saying that's because of the stress, but it certainly didn't help it. And it was an unnecessary part of any of this. It was really unnecessary.
Now, there are two sides to every story, of course, so we reached out to Councillor Selovitz. She initially agreed to an interview. We let her pick the day, the time, and the venue. But just hours before the interview, she abruptly canceled. Not to worry, the very next day, the councillor was at a local park taking part in a community cleanup event, so we dropped by before the event to try and get some answers.
Oh, hi, Karen. Hi. Fancy meeting you here. David Menzies. I'm sorry you couldn't make our meeting yesterday.
I won't be interviewed by you.
No? Why not?
I won't be interviewed by you. You got my statement.
Okay, well, according to Steffi Goodfield and Mark Bergman, they seem to think that because your partner is a musician, that you are sort of on a vendetta against them, bringing in other musical acts. Is that true?
Hardly. But as I said, I will not be interviewed on camera, and I certainly won't be ambushed at an event I'm holding here in this park for my residents. I will not be interviewed by you. You're Rebel Media. I know exactly what you guys do, and I will not be interviewed.
What do we do?
I will not be. You do this. You ambush people.
Oh, okay.
I will not be.
Well, I wouldn't be here if you had fulfilled your promise to meet me for an interview yesterday.
I made a promise. I said I would meet you. There was no promise involved.
Okay.
And I am absolutely permitted to change my mind.
Okay.
And
You are, and fancy meeting you here in the park.
Yeah, fancy that.
Now, Goodfield says she thinks Councillor Selovitz has employed the bylaw department to ticket vehicles at venues where the Ward 5 Jam plays, and one pub was told to remove a sign advertising the band, even though the signage had been in place for about a year. I asked Selovitz if this was indeed true.
Did you employ the use of bylaw to have parking tickets issued at venues or to have a pub remove a sign?
I will not answer.
That's a very simple question, Councillor Selovitz. Did you... Selovitz. I apologize.
Did Menzies, I will not answer any more of these questions.
It's a very simple question.
Did you
employ bylaw to issue tickets? Because that would be...
Tickets?
Yes.
Why
Did you get in touch with bylaw in any fashion regarding these musicians?
Regarding these musicians? Okay, that is even more absurd and ridiculous as your previous accusation.
It's a simple yes or no question, Karen.
As I said to you, I will not respond to these questions.
So you can't even say, because if you have used bylaw...
The answer is no, but...
Oh, it is no?
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Because if it is yes, wouldn't that be abuse of authority?
I have never done that.
Well, if the answer is no, why did it take so long to get a straight answer from her? I'll let you be the judge on that one. And where does the town stand on this dispute? Well, Cindy Van Brussel tried to raise the issue at a town council meeting recently during a time set aside for the public to make submissions. Specifically, she wanted to get the mayor and other councillors to weigh in on that over-the-top voicemail Selovitz sent to Goodfield. But check it out. She was literally shut down.
If you think that this is okay, to be talking to a stage 4 cancer, threatening legal action
I don't have an opinion because I can't quite hear all of that. And the point is, we're not about to listen to all of that. The provincial ombudsman is someone else that you can go to if you choose to make a complaint about a member of this council. There's
And quite
nothing that's
honestly,
going to happen this evening that's going to help you or your friend. I'm serious. There's nothing we are going to do.
Hey, far be it for me to give this honourable councillor any sort of political advice, especially since I'm sure she's aware that 2018 is an election year. And as always in a democracy, it will be the people who will have the final say. For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, you may have heard the Rebel has a brand new app. Please download that app and take the Rebel with you wherever you go.